Okay, experiment number 11B. I'm recording this so this can be given afterwards as well. I have an 11B, and by 11B I mean I am talking about a yellow dot matrix. I'm talking about something like this, which means I have a yellow dot matrix of this size, and there are going to be 4 cross 4 yellow dot matrices arranged like this. 1, 2, 3 and 4. ठीक है जी, अभी तक आप लोगों ने एक एक येलो डॉट मैट्रिक्स की पीसीबी बनाई थी. नाउ रूल्स रिमेन्स द वेरी सेम. Only on the top layer there will be 3 things that you can add. The first thing is the yellow dot. This is actually the top layer, and on it you can only add yellow dot matrix. You can add the block connector. By BC I mean the block connector. And then there is the male header, which is this time not on the top layer. This is now going on the bottom layer. This is very important. Why I am doing this? Listen this carefully. On the bottom layer there will be ULN 2803 IC. There will be 2N3904 transistor. There will be 2SA1213 SMD. These both are SMD over here. And then there will be resistors. Now since this is a double layer PCB, you can have the SMD components and the resistor and the ULN 2803 also on the top layer, but inside under the yellow dot matrix. I'm again repeating. Your size of your PCB is restricted this time. Let me just add it. Like this. This yellow color margin, the pink color margin, not yellow, is the size of your PCB. जितने 4 yellow dot matrices को लगाकर जो size बनेगा, this is the size of your PCB, whatever that is. Now, on the top layer, you will only have yellow dot matrix, and now this time, the male headers and the block connectors, both of them will be on the back side. What I'm trying to actually make a PCB which has something, if I can show you maybe a piece of paper. I'm trying to make something like this. This is a yellow dot matrix. ये वही PCB है जो आपसे मैं बनवाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. आप देख सकते हो यहाँ पे 1 dot matrix, 2nd dot matrix, 3rd, 4th. At the back side, you will see the block connector, the male headers, the ICs और transistors. ये सारी चीज़ें इसके नीचे भी आ सकती हैं, ठीक है, नो इश्यूज. बट ऑन द टॉप आपके पास जो पीसीबी बननी है वो सिर्फ येलो डॉट मैट्रिक्स की पीसीबी है. साइज इक्वल टू 4 येलो डॉट मैट्रिसेस अरेंज्ड इन 2 rows 2 columns. दिस इज द साइज रिस्ट्रिक्शन. नाउ when you are arranging your 4 yellow dot matrices over here, and you are arranging them, let me just put it over here like this, and let me just reduce down the size. Now on this yellow dot matrix, एक second, just let me put it over here. Now if you remember your yellow dot matrix, there were 8 rows or 8 columns which were supplying power. And by supplying power I mean I was actually talking about there was a base transistor, there was an NPN transistor like this, and there was a PNP transistor like this, which was, in fact this will come a little low over here. This will come to the column. This one is going to be like this. This one was like this, like this. And certainly all of this, let me just make it a little below. This one was connected to plus 5 volts. This one was 10 ohms. This one was, if you remember it, 4.7K. This one was 470 ohms. This one was 1 kilo ohms, and this one was ground. इस तरह के आपने कितने लगाए थे? 8. There were 8 connected. And how those 8 were connected? These 8 were connected in such a way, there was one here column, second column here, third column here, fourth column here, 5 column, 6, 7 and 8. ऐसा ही था? It was one yellow. Now there are 2 cross 2, 2 rows, 2 columns. इसका मतलब ये है कि this yellow dot matrix and this yellow dot matrix, their columns are going to be combined together. क्योंकि अब now the sheet is more. So if there was a column here 1, it will be connected with the column of the lower one also. So if this pin at this point, let me supposingly example, if this pin was supposingly that pin number 1 for column number 1, for example, then this will be connected with the column number 1 pin of the below one as well. What do you want? Why you are doing this? Because you want the current to be entering this column and also this column, because now these 8 columns are going to be dealt in the same column. So this time you are going to have this circuitry now repeated 16 times. And why 16 times? Because, let me just make a small line over here. So this would be, let me just maybe make this one. This will be 1 here. So this will be, let me just, this will be your second. This will be your, come on, your third. This will be your fourth. And let me, this will be your 8th. So these are 8 over there. Now these 8 are also going to be done for the next over here like this. So there are 16 transistor pairs. इस तरह के circuits, there are going to be 16 of them, and those 16 of them, this will be column number 1, column number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there will be 16 2N3904, 16 2SA. This is 2SA 1213. I am talking about SMD version here. This is 2N3904 SMD. This is for the columns. Now for the rows, now what was happening in the row in single case? You were having, like I'm just going to make it with another color. In single way, you were having, this was the first row, second row, third row, fourth row, fifth row, sixth row, seventh row and eighth row. And with these 8 rows, there was a resistor connected, and that resistor was 33 ohms over there. And then there was this ULNIC 2803. ऐसे ही था? Now this time, since with this first yellow dot matrix, you have another yellow dot matrix over here. So now the rows of this one will be combined with the rows of this one. Row second, this one. Row third, this one. Row fourth, this one. Row fifth, this one. Sixth, this one. Seventh, this one. Eighth, this one. So now this time, instead of one ULN 2803, there will be 16 ULN 2803s over here. यानी कि 16 pin आपको चाहिए, and for that 16 pin you need 2 ULN 2803s. So this means that this will be now, if I make it with the color over here, this is my row. So I will just copy this one actually, so it's easy for me. This is your second, this is your third, and this is your fourth. So this is your 8th rows, and with these 8 rows, okay. So how many rows are here? This one, these are 16 rows over here, and let me just make it a little fastly, make it a little down. So this one is 16 columns. Now for 16 rows, if there are 16 columns, this means there will be 16 multiplied by 2N3904, which is actually 1A in SMD, and also 16 into 2SA1213, which has written, I guess if I'm not wrong, NY or whatever written. And for 16 rows, you will have 16 into male header pins. And for that, 16, this will be actually 2 cross 8 pin ULN 2803. So in this whole area, that is 4, what you are going to actually put over here, in this whole area, you are going to have, let me just put actually ULN 2803 IC. So if this is ULN 28, sorry, on this one, if this is ULN 2803 IC, so this IC is going to be under this one, maybe here, and another copy here at this point. And with this ULN 800 IC, there will be a male header also. Let me just put that male header, and that male header is going to be, let me just make a big pin. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now for this 8-pin male header, this will be here, this will be here. And then there are going to be the transistor set. Let me just make that transistor set for you. For example, this is that transistor. So this is that transistor, let me just call it high side transistor. Okay? So this circuitry here, this will be repeated 8 times. This will be repeated 8 times over here. So this will be, 16 times this will be repeated. And also for this 16 over there, there will be a 16 pin 8 here and 8 here. And these are your male header pins. These are your male header pins. This is also male header pins over here. So there are 16 male header pins for ULN 803, 16 male header pins for the transistors, the 16 pairs of transistors over there. And of course, do not miss the, let me just do it in another color. Do not miss the power supply section, which is over here, going to be always there, using what? It will be using 78M05, which is 5 volts regulator, plus capacitors, which are 1210 size, plus or LED, just for your, the same power supply which we have been using up till now. Just do not make a mistake when you are going to connect which rows and which columns. So if you are in your circuitry, this is your column number 1. Whatever that pin is, pin number 1 है, 2 है, 3 है, जो भी है आपकी, you can go through the experiment. That is connected with this lower one, column number 1. यानी कि दोनों का net same होगा. Same thing, net same. And just to give you a little hint, if you have already made experiment number 10 and you think it's okay, take out all that tracks or whatever over there, make it unroute over there, copy that footprint of yellow dot matrix and paste as special, keeping the net name. Keeping the net name. क्योंकि exactly यही चीज़ नीचे कॉपी होगी, same nets automatically net same हो जाएंगे. But yes, रो के लिए आपको डिफरेंट करना पड़ेगा. Why? Because यहाँ पे रो 1 है, रो 2 है, रो 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. यहाँ पे इसको 9, 10, 11, 12 करना है. यहाँ पे रो 1 2 3 दोबारा नहीं हो सकता. So you can use the same file, no need to just do it for the rows and also for the column number 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16. And please खुदा के लिए, please no cheating this time, do it yourself. So this is yellow dot matrix. The size of the PCB is determined, whatever that size may be. And please यहाँ पे अभी कुछ staircase में भी 7 segments मैंने दिखाए हैं. किसके थे? आपके थे. Please, the spacing between the yellow dot matrix should be 0. It should be something like this. या आप देख सकते हो, yellow dot matrix cover that area, yellow dot matrix covers that area like this. इसके बीच में spacing नहीं आनी चाहिए. And the male headers at the back side, male headers at the back side, and then the block connector. ठीक है? And I guess you know the drill that block connector is only solderable on one side. अगर आप यहाँ लगा रहे हो, इसका मतलब है सिर्फ कनेक्शन यहाँ आएंगे. इस PCB के अंदर everything IC transistors are here. आपको मैंने कोई रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं डाली है, आप इस तरफ भी लगा सकते हो क्योंकि SMD है, वो नीचे आ सकते हैं. बट ओनली रिस्ट्रिक्शन इज इट कैट द ब्लॉक कनेक्टर द मेल हेडर, ये बैक साइड पे है. नॉट द एडवांटेज ऑफ दैट वुड बी, ये आपके पास एक स्क्रीन बन जाएगी. इट्स अ येलो कलर स्क्रीन विद अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 16 पिक्सल्स हेयर, 16 पिक्सल्स हेयर. ऐसा ही है ना, 196 पिक्सल्स बन गए आपके पास. 196 64 क्रॉस 4 196. And you can control them by just simple this male header here by a microcontroller. So this is 11B over here, that is the yellow dot.